sweet, yeah. Baby nice, yeah. Baby to the do, all the time. Show me what taxi, Malero Boyaroni.
And by the way, do you know that people also lighten their nipples, their armpits, and their anus area, the anal areas? To me, honestly, I feel this is highly unnecessary and medically unnecessary. Okay, so let's continue. Hello everyone, how was your day? Welcome back to my channel. This is Zesta Herbal Soaps and Skincare. Today I want us to talk about effective ways to lighten up your private area, or how to lighten up your private area. I received this and I'm making this video. I know this is quite a controversial topic, but I think there is a need for me to talk about this today. This is in response to a call I received from one of my friends and clients that she has been using Fumbak A on her private area for quite some time. The private area lightened and she liked it, but recently it has not been working. It is no more lightening and she's having serious itching. I was really shocked and surprised because at times things we put there, we don't know what we put in there. In the first place, that is one of the wrongest ways to use Fumbak A. Fumbak A, just as the name implies, works against fungi and bacteria. And as we all know, normal skin has its own normal flora. We need to have normal flora, which are useful bacteria on our skin, which also help to protect our skin. And the same way also with the vagina. The vagina has lactobacillus that maintains the acidity of the vagina, and that is what gives us a healthy vagina free of itching and secretions. It is the one that helps combat and fight candidiasis, which is a yeast, from overflowing and taking control of that area. So using Fumbak A in that case is very wrong. Very wrong. It will kill the good bacteria, it will kill the lactobacillus and kill the yeast cells too. In as much as it's doing good, it is also doing harm. So plus 1 minus 1 equals to 0. Work done, 0. In the first place, do we even need to lighten that place? As I said, this is a controversial topic. Have we ever seen that somebody will build a house, a very beautiful house, then because the gate to that house or the door to that house, a beautiful door to the house, because the door is black, the person will say you will not enter the house? Have you ever seen? If really the color of the door to the house really matters that much, a lot of people will build their houses and will not enter because the color to the house is dark. It's a dark color, either dark brown or it is black or whatever. If really the color of our area, of that area, of the VJ area really matters, we wouldn't be having mulattoes. And by the way, do you know that people also lighten their nipples, their armpits, and their anus area, the anal areas? To me, honestly, I feel this is highly unnecessary and medically unnecessary. Okay, so let's continue. We wouldn't be having half castes. We wouldn't be having mixed breed, or as some people call them, mixed blood, whatever. Women of color would not have been procreating. Blacks, as we are being called, would not have been marrying whites. Darker colored women wouldn't be attracting lighter colored men, and lighter colored men wouldn't have been attracting darker colored women. Let me tell you, when the push comes to shove, the last thing on their mind is the color of that place. Really, the last thing on the mind is the color of that place. It's just, and as we know, these places, these areas come in different colors, different shapes, and different sizes. The taste of the eating is the sweetness of the pudding is in the eating. It is not by shape, it is not by color, it is not by size. It is by how effective it is being used. Just like for the men, it's not the shape, it is not the size or the color at times that matters. It is how effective the person can put that weapon to use. So also with the women, it is not, no matter how beautiful the color is, if that place is not there, if the individual do not know how to make use of that place very well, at times, not always, because the person might know how to use, but the man will still stray. If the person knows how to use that place very well, the color is the last thing on the person's mind. If not, men that are married or Oyinbo women, they would have not gone out. But we can see from even the days of slavery how black women were attracting and keeping white men and giving birth to children for them. Not only the days of slavery, where all over the world, so far as you get the two races together, they will still breed, they will still reproduce. So please, that place the way it is bad, just let it be. It is okay. Let me tell you some of the reasons why that place generally world over, it's not only dark women, be you Caucasian, be you Asian, be you African, be you mulatto, be you whatever color, whether your skin color is yellow, whether it is brown, whether it is burnt chocolate, whether it is yellow, whether it is red. That area generally the vulval skin is darker, whatever the kind of race, whatever the size, whatever the shape, whatever the color. The vulval area is usually darker than the body color. The reason for this is there are more melanocytes in that area, and this happens usually due to hormonal changes at puberty. It is also to help that place withstand the strain of childbirth and even intercourse itself. Have you ever seen how the kind of stress that place goes through in intercourse, the kind of energy that is put into that place during intercourse? So that place needs to be fortified. Then now you now go to lighten it up. Some of the disadvantages of lightening that place include different, it has its own advantages, but some of the disadvantages include scarring, irritation, pain during intercourse, redness, allergic reaction to some of the methods used in the whitening, risk of burning and blistering of the vulval tissue, even scarring and complications during intercourse. There are many, in as much as it has its own advantage in that the place will look light, as light as the skin, the normal body color, look, maybe beautiful and all that. But I personally feel that does not really matter. But nevertheless, let's go into the topic. Now, there are natural ways to do that. There are chemical ways to do that. And we also have the laser. You can do that using laser. The last method, but not the least, is also using bleaching or whitening agents to whiten up that area. So now, what are some of the natural methods through which you can lighten your V area? Number one, you can use cucumber and aloe vera. Get your cucumber, your fresh cucumber, and your fresh aloe vera. Crush the two of them together into a paste. Rub it in that area, your vulval area. Leave it for at least 15 minutes or thereabout before you wash it off. Then the second method, you can get raw unsweetened yogurt, not the sweet one, raw unsweetened yogurt. Rub it, lather it up and rub it in that area, leave it for some minutes, then rinse it off. That will also work. Then number 3 method, you can get your sandalwood powder, get your tomato juice, get your lemon juice, get your cucumber, crush this together into a paste, rub it in the area, leave it for some time, then rinse off. Then number 4 method that I have for you today, get your Irish potatoes, make a paste. You know the Irish potatoes has its own natural lightening properties. Make a paste out of it, slather it up in that area, leave it for some minutes, at least 15 to 20 minutes, and wash off. There are many others which include our olive. You can use your coconut oil, you can use your lemon juice on its own, your aloe vera juice on its own, your cucumber juice on its own. All this will work, and as usual, don't expect a miracle in a day or two. This takes using for some time, then it will work. Okay, you have to be consistent, and this also works for armpits. Now, in the chemical method, this involves the use of chemical peels. These chemical peels could be either alpha hydroxyl acids or beta hydroxyl acids, like your glycolic acid, like your salicylic acid, like your lactic acid. All these can be used. Depending on your skin type, the dilution will be made depending on your skin type. There are some people that are naturally prone to skin burns, to chemical burns, especially those with light colored skin, very light colored skin. But darker skin generally is a little bit more resistant. Okay, but nevertheless, that doesn't mean that because you are dark skinned, you now go and do things anyhow for your skin. No. So depending on your skin type, your dermatologist will check you out. They will now know what and how to do it. Usually it involves applying it 1 to 3 coatings, and it takes time. Usually they will do it, then after an interval of about 2 weeks, they will do again. After another interval of 2 weeks, they do again for you to get the required shade of color you want. And usually an emollient is usually used, like Vaseline or petroleum jelly. An emollient is usually used so that it will soften the skin. Okay, and usually it is only the epidermal part of the skin that is removed. This epidermal part of the skin is just about 0.1 millimeter thick, and that is the one that is usually removed. And then the reticular dermis is the one that is now exposed, that is usually lighter. Okay, so that is about chemical peels. Then when it comes to laser treatment, laser treatment uses high energy laser light or energy to lighten these areas. And it can be done of 2 types. It can be done of various types. There's the fractionated laser method. In this method, micro abrasions are made on the skin. That is small, tiny wounds. Let me put it that way. Or tiny abrasions. Abrasions are like wounds. I don't know how to, I want to use a word that would be easy for us to understand. And like little small wounds on top of the skin. Micro abrasions are made, and through these micro abrasions, when they heal up, they stimulate the formation of collagen, and this is how this fractionated laser method is used to lighten up the genital or the vulval tissue. And the non-fractionated method doesn't cause these micro abrasions. Instead, what it does is that it penetrates beyond the superficial cells. The laser uses like an infrared light that penetrates deeper into the tissues, to the tissues inside. That is the one that the laser works on, without damaging the superficial tissues on top. Okay, so without causing that micro abrasion or that micro wounding. That is how that particular method works. Okay, that's how that particular method works. Just like a microwave. You know, microwave heats up your food or whatever it is you put inside from the inside out. So that's how this other method works. Now the fourth method I'll be talking about is the one in which lightening skin products or bleaching products are used. Okay, this could be our alpha arbutin, this could be our hydroquinone, this could be our tranexamic acid, this could be our kojic acid. All these things are also used to lighten up the vulval skin tissue. Okay, so I think the next topic I'll be talking about is hyperpigmentation. So now one thing I want you to know, generally women of darker skin color, or generally not only women, people of darker skin who are usually the target of all this bleaching, either of skin or of genitals and all that, are more prone to hyperpigmentation. So most of the dangers of all this laser and all this bleaching and all that, it affects more of darker skinned people because they need higher concentrations to be able to get a desired shade. So I think if you decide to do this, I decide to go either using the laser or the chemical method, or even the fourth method I'll be talking about now, you should bear this in mind. So if you want to learn more about hyperpigmentation, especially if you are a person of color and you want to tone up, or you want to lighten up, or you want to know or you have hyperpigmentation on your body, please, I think it will do well for you to click on the notification bell so that when I post on this topic, you'll be able to get notified. And then if you've been following my channel and you like my videos, please click on the like my video, and you like what I've been posting, please like my videos, click on the subscribe button. If you have any questions, please do comment on the comment section below. If there are any other videos you want me to do for you, or any other topics you want me to discuss or talk about, please post and comment on it and I'll do that for you. I look forward to hearing from you all. I remain yours truly, Zesta Herbal Soaps and Skincare. It's nice talking with you. Bye.